weird thing he does is flex the phone timer after his reading time is supposed to end to show people that he's become a reading god above the average human.
That is kind of weird. Like, no one gives a fuck. Next up on the menu, we have when rebranding fails. Now, I suspect this is about Kai Cenat, and we've been seeing a lot of hate getting thrown his way amid his rebrand, him, I guess, finding himself and seeing exactly who he is. Let's get a bite of the video. Talk to me.
Content creator, artist, or creative anything is a make or break in a lot of people's careers. You can have good creator rebrands, like Spaidz going from a kid yelling slurs in his mom's basement at 3 a.m. and doing voodoo rituals, or whatever you call this. Genuinely, we gotta ask, what the f was wrong with Spaidz in 2021? To now becoming one of the biggest live streamers in the world and breaking generations of propaganda from the media. But then you also have creators on the opposite side.
Spaidz is on a fucking legendary run, man. He really is. Spaidz is on, like, he is like more popular than the most popular celebrity right now. It's fucking crazy.
Out of rebranding like Sneeko. Turning from a person who used to be labeled one of the most creative YouTubers on this platform for his unique style of videos, to now having to hang out with the sinister six of streaming.
And Sneeko's downfall also has to be studied, because Jesus Christ, is it bad for this man right now? He's a fucking loser.
Appealing to racists because
everyone in here is a fucking loser. The biggest loser here would probably be Myron. Then it's short ass, what's his name? Fucking Nick Fuentes. Yeah, short ass Nick Fuentes. Then it's Andrew Tate, bald head ass. Then it's clavicular because he does no, it's Sneeko. Then clavicular because he does meth. And these two are just like random people.
Because that's how much
who also are white supremacists.
His audiences got diluted. Either have a sand machine grounding your ball sack for 5 minutes, or have your sister in a room with these guys for 5 minutes.
Deadly nightmare blunt rotation right here.
Me personally, I'm sorry for my offspring, but y'all can no longer be born. Sometimes these rebrands come naturally though, and I think those are always the best types. Just like how I mentioned Spaidz earlier, most of his rebranding came from him maturing from being a teenager that grew up on the internet and watching edgy creators, and actually went out in the real world and saw real people. There's a reason why the most edgiest creators on any platform, most of their audience is teenagers, because that's when you're the most on the internet and have the least life experience.
Yeah, and most people who are like, who wants to be edgy and want to be like offensive just for the sake of being offensive, like they don't actually believe the shit, they're just grifting being offensive. We know the type. They tend to have fleeting relevance, fleeting audience, fleeting fame, because everyone grows out of the shit, and at some point we are just too involved in our own lives, too employed, or we just don't care enough to watch whatever the fuck they're talking about this time when it comes to them saying some outrageous shit. So that's why I'd never think it's really worth it to become one of those losers anyway, but I digress.
There's also rebrands that are straight up a hard launch and the person is saying this is exactly how they're going to be moving like, which is usually more dangerous because you're telling the entire audience you built up that you're no longer that person they watched. And the newest rebrand we have from a big creator is none other than Kai Cenat. I don't think we've had a hard launch rebrand from somebody as big as Kai Cenat in a while. Not too long ago was he yelling "yacht" at women getting up on his stream.
So
I'm sorry, let me lock him out real quick.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? All right, bet, go ahead. Yeah!
The thought of
I never really thought that was funny. I never did. And I'm not one of the motherfuckers that's like, oh, I never liked Kai Cenat. I never thought Kai Cenat was funny. I always... The same shit they did with Corey Kenshin when he was going through his situation. But no, I find Kai funny. Kai is a great fucking streamer. He's a great content creator. He's a great entertainer. Everyone knows this. I just never found the whole Gyat thing funny at all. Obviously, I'd say it here and there, but it was never really funny, especially the way he does it, because that shit just hurt my ears.
Historian in the year 2900 going back to this time and studying these type of clips always crosses my mind. And now Kai's brand new look is him launching a fashion brand and trying to become a designer himself, while also self-helping himself by trying to fix his reading struggles and working out. Off the wording itself, it doesn't sound bad at all. There's been two reactions to this, one being people who just hate to hate and basically hate on anything Kai does. If Kai does something like save a cat from a
and that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, Kai can literally not do anything at all. Like, it's to the point where if Kai found a cure to cancer, you would still have people that's like, oh, I never liked Kai Cenat still. Kai Cenat this, Kai Cenat that. And that's how you know that your reputation precedes you. That's just how you know that your reputation precedes you. So it's not really much Kai could do for the people that just, we have a hate culture, kind of a present hate culture online where they just like to hate on people and shit because they hate their own lives. It sucks. And they have to have someone to take it out on. Makes sense why it exists. It's just that that community never seems to get that big because it's always people always grow out of that shit. But it is funny. You see motherfuckers on the internet going, hey, I never liked Kai Cenat, hey, whatever. Like, bro, just shut the fuck up, man. You are lying.
In the comments saying some like he's worse than Hitler. Then there's the other group of people who genuinely just find his rebrand corny and don't like it. And if you see my videos, I've defended Kai from random who just hate to hate on the internet or try to find a random problem. But I've also been critical of Kai, and this rebrand was
executed terribly.
This all started back when he ended his subathon at the end of September in 2025. He hit 1 million subs, had 1 million viewers at the end. He had every celebrity in the book on it. LeBron James shaved his head on stream.
That's fucking awesome, man.
We could have just left the last part. All we needed to see was the king on stream. And after his stream ended, he decided to take a long hiatus to spend it with his girlfriend vacationing around the world, seeing different places. Kind of awkward knowing that now, considering they just went through a pretty public breakup and
I'm single and will never be in another relationship again. Yeah, we gotta react to that whole situation. Let me know if you guys want to see that. It's so fucking messy.
she's dissing all of his friends and people around him. On this vacation, he was probably trying to think of how he would even come back and be able to top what he just did. Like, if I was in Kai's position, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't know what the to do. I broke a record that probably won't be beat in our lifetime. It had LeBron James on at the same time. I gotta end off everything with that. Which is why he announced in a video on January 13th that he's officially quitting streaming. And it turns out that was actually clickbait, shocker. The whole video was an announcement for his fashion brand and showing his journey on making his clothing brand. While also announcing he's been secretly posting videos on another channel that will document his journey. This was probably the worst thing he did in his rebrand and is the thing people are making fun of the most. In the reading videos, one weird thing he does is flex the phone timer after his reading time is supposed to end to show people that he's become a reading god above the average human.
That is kind of weird. Like, no one gives a fuck. No one cares about you knowing how to read and shit. No, it's I did not understand that when I first saw it. I was like, what is Kai doing?
Brain input and output.
Location, creating, and implementation intention is a strategy you can use. You can use, pair a new habit with a specific time and location. The implementation intention formula is I will behavior and time and location.
What is the purpose of that? Why?
Habit stacking is a strategy you can use. Ability of ending the emotional pain, which can open the door for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 30 minutes.
Implementation intention is a strategy that you can use. If you already want a 40v1.
Like, alright, man, we get it. You now have reached the same reading comprehension as Shakespeare. If he didn't put this timer bit into the reading videos, it wouldn't have received even close to the amount of hate it's getting. In the comments,
yeah, because when you do that, it's like, bro, why even it doesn't
of all the vids, people are basically clowning him, saying he's trying too hard to be performative with it, and also are saying he's reading but not actually comprehending what it's saying. Something that could have made it better is if he showed some notes that he was writing down while reading the books to show that he was actually retaining the information and keeping what the books actually say in his head. Unironically, middle school teachers got one up on that. They was right on that, because you do not retain shit after reading a book for the first time. But that timer thing was gonna cook him either way. He's got to put that one in the closet. Overall, it is good he's actually taking initiative to improve himself though. And there's clips too where he doesn't understand a word, so he searches up what it means on camera, where people are clowning him for not knowing a word's meaning, which I find so weird.
That's kind of egregious, yeah. That's just people trying to hate the hate.
People will always say try to improve yourself by reading books or going to the gym or learning whatever habit. And when you showcase yourself trying to improve yourself, they just clown you. In 2026, and can't even be curious about something without getting the sped allegations. Meanwhile, those same people are fat chuds on the internet that do nothing but comment on.
And this is why I'm gonna tell you guys, and I'm gonna always say, from now until I die, You can't do shit for people's validation. When Kai shows the fucking phone timer like this and stuff, that's for external people's like acknowledgement that oh god, he read that long. That's the reaction he was hoping for. But when you do things like that, you genuinely never get what you want when you seek validation from the external, which is like people, places, doing things, accomplishing shit. The validation has to come from yourself. You have to cultivate it within, and then it won't be able to be taken from you because you already have it. And when you have it within, more shit that is aligned with that will come to you. It's a real process. Trust me. That's just how it works.
On people all day. And we kind of do need more people reading it.
And I'm just saying, I've been practicing this for like 4 months now, and I promise you, bro, life has been great. I haven't had a bad day since. Now, sure, there have been some days that are better than others, but none of the days meet the criteria of a bad day for me. And that's awesome. But I just say all that to say, like, it's nothing wrong with improving yourself, but make sure you're improving yourself for yourself and not for other people.
At least in America, because the amount of people's reading comprehension has gone down is atrocious. I know this as a creator because I'll say something, a person won't even finish the video or just pause on that part, then go in the comment section writing a whole paragraph explaining why they hate me and how my take is wrong. Half the population reads at a 6th grade level here. We gotta start doing reading clubs again. I'm glad to be in the group of Gen Z kids that got out school right when AI was about to hit. Because if I was in school right now, I'll let y'all know, I would be a couple of octaves dumber than I already am. Then there's the fashion pivot. On that same channel, he's posting videos of him learning how to make clothes for his fashion brand, which doesn't have as much hate as the reading, but it's more of the way he presents it, I would say. His fashion brand is called Vivette, and one way he's advertising it is with his own journal. The journal having designs and sketches of what he wants in it. And the way he's talking about this journal and flexing it, you would think he's writing some new verses for the Bible. Even on the Vivette website, the only way you can see the journal is if you sign up and join the waitlist. So it's clear the journal is the main marketing tactic he has for his whole fashion brand, which isn't an uncommon thing. Every fashion designer has their own type of documentation of the process of making a product. Kanye is somebody who did this a lot and showed off his sketches. It's confusing on Kai's vision for it because in different videos he's saying so many things about what it's supposed to be, and he's changing the camera quality on the videos to make it look more like a documentary, which is now being called the performative quality. The funniest one has got to be him recording himself.
I'm so tired of the word performative. It's so fucking annoying.
Writing in his journal on a 3DS, which got deleted.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like a track, right? And then everybody's on it. And then when you achieve a lot or you do good, you start to succeed. You start to exceed it. Like you start to keep going. I had a crazy.
What the fuck is he talking about?
The way like I'm a little dark and shit. Like shit dark for me.
Kai, what are you doing? What are you doing, man?
But as soon as I hold this journal up, it's a lot like more focused on it.
That journal better have the cure to cancer the way he's showing it. Crazy thing is, even if the journal does have good designs and people want to buy it, the videos have cooked anything associated to it. People will just look back at the videos and start dying laughing. There was absolutely zero need to record this video on a 3DS. I feel like even he looked back at this and said, all right, I'm doing too much. While people were memeing the whole thing, it also opened the floodgates of old clips showing Kai trying to fit in with certain things, where you can't put it any other way. He's just saying some to be performative for the camera.
Yo, if you could describe your outfit with a song, what would it be?
Viva La Vida by Cosplay. These is kind of busted up, but headphones. Like, you do not use those. You do not use those. Why you capping this? You do not use those.
No, yeah, he do. Look. These are the 16, 15 iPhones.
Thank you. These don't work. No, it just broke today. How it broke?
Kai, you can use AirPods. We know you're rich, dog. And before people get on my ass for wearing these wired headphones. Look back the past 4 years. I've been wearing these in every single video the past 4 years. All right, I'm not faking. I'm not sure why he does it or if he tries to do it subtly so people don't notice much. But in 2026, with all the forms of social media we got, people are gonna be able to tell when you're faking it. I do believe though that even with all these performative shenanigans, he actually got into fashion and likes it. You can tell his fashion game has changed a lot in the past couple of years. And I'm sure people will say that this whole you can tell his fashion
I would say both of these fits aren't really that bad.
game has changed a lot in the past couple of years, and I'm sure people will say that this whole thing is fake or a grift because it happened so soon. That can happen to anyone with anything though. Sometimes you get into something and like it so much a lot in a short period of time, you want to start trying it yourself or going out into that industry. The way he's advertising,
yeah, the way people make it seem like that you can't change your mind and grow as a human being as you're supposed to, especially if you're a content creator. They want you to stay in this one stagnant mindset the whole fucking time, even though you're a human and you grow just like you hope that they are doing. It's kind of fascinating to see that people don't know that, like, that's a thing in so many words.
It though is way too performative. There's clips of him walking around with the journal in Paris Fashion Week, and it looked like he was protecting an ancient scripture that had burned down what vaporized half of humanity's information. Before I saw these clips, honestly, I didn't understand why people were saying the rebrand is performative. And as soon as I saw these clips, I understood why. Whoever told him on his team that this will look tough gotta be fired. Other fashion designers there were probably looking confused as hell. This isn't to say that Kai's clothing brand is gonna come out and look trash or ugly, but it's more of the marketing tactic and how it was done. In fact, I think a lot of the people hating saying the clothes are gonna look ass would start wearing it if all of a sudden people actually like it and start wearing it out. One thing Kai's gonna mainly struggle with in the fashion industry is trying to have this new persona while his old clips still being mega viral and out there, which is why I said at the start, it's better when a transformation naturally happens on its own and isn't a hard pivot, because not only is he gonna get low broed by the fashion elites there and they'll just see him as the streamer guy, also it's the clips and what type of streamer he was, doing a bunch of goofy stuff for stream. It's way easier for you to be a small content creator and have collabs with the bigger content creators because content creators are usually more genuine, which can lead to you blowing up and having your own career. The fashion industry is just like the music industry. It's cutthroat. They'll tell you if your shit is ass, or a company will deny making the clothes because they don't think it will sell well. And people memeing this whole thing is definitely not helping potential fashion collaborators take it more serious. The whole jump into it was very fast though. It was only 3.5 months he was gone before doing this whole change. I feel like minimum you need a year for something like this. I guess for now we're gonna have to wait and see how it goes. I don't know if he's gonna completely quit streaming, but if I was his friend giving advice, I say hell no. No matter what, as a content creator, unless you're gonna retire after like 10 or 15 years, you gotta serve the people that built you up to what you are, or maybe that's only me. So yeah, will have me for another painstaking 10 years at minimum. Enjoy. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and
yeah, man, that was When Rebranding Fails with Kai Cenat. Listen, I don't believe that you can never rebrand or anything. I don't believe that you can never change. Obviously, I just said the contrary to that. But I do believe this whole Kai situation is funny as shit because of how forced it looks, feels, and seems. Because it just happened in such a short time. And the way he's moving now is so like polarized to the old version of himself, I guess you can say. It's just quite a thing to marvel at and see. But with all that being said, thanks for watching. Have a better day than me.